Yeah, you putting those people on contracts, so all that stuff add up.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
The more people that's around helping, and people don't help for free no more like that.
That's not about football. That's about something else.
I'm like real life investment. Like, I know the most guaranteed stock I got is myself, so put everything I got into me.
Ooh.
Before making a single NFL pass, Shedeur Sanders not only outwitted the system, but also completely changed it. Buried fourth on the Browns' depth chart, this fifth-round rookie turned the NFL upside down and took home almost $21 million in merchandise cuts, brand deals, and media power moves. Give that some thought. The NFL didn't anticipate Shedeur turning the bench into a billion-dollar stage, while other rookies are just hoping to make it through training camp. It wasn't good fortune. It wasn't hype. Furthermore, it had nothing to do with being Deion's son. This was precision and strategy. A new type of quarterback designed for the era of power, commerce, and content. His jersey was released by fans before the Browns had even finalized their quarterback depth chart. Before the preseason even began, Shedeur Sanders made $15 million off the sale of $250 million worth of merchandise.
There's some backlash from you putting yourself out there, but when you embrace it, he's just like, this is what it is.
ESPN was not required to co-sign him. He didn't hold off till Mel Kiper called his name. Rather, he transformed Nil into his personal ATM and constructed a media empire around himself on his terms. This is more than a novice tale. It's a revolution. You haven't met Shedeur Sanders if you believe the NFL dominated the story. The majority of rookies are pursuing practice reps. Already, Shedeur Sanders was pursuing equity. Shedeur made an incredible $6 million in nil deals before he ever set foot on an NFL field. Here's what set apart, though. These weren't your usual camera-sponsored smiles. Players twice his age could never have imagined these ownership agreements, long-term collaborations, and back-end stock transactions. Shedeur was creating an empire while others pretended to be wealthy.
That would be counter to anything we've seen from Shedeur Sanders in terms of how he's conducted himself across a couple of different stops in college football from Jackson State to Colorado. And for somebody that's grown up in the limelight, you knew that being Deion Sanders' son is going to come along with a different degree of scrutiny.
He did more than simply endorse a product. He turned become the brand. His agreements comprise a variety of digital content partnerships, strategic merchandise collaborations, and appearance contracts where he was in charge of both the message and the image. This was not a side gig. It was a cornerstone of an unexpected quarterback business model. The most bizarre part is that he constructed everything while still in college. He wasn't given this. He didn't capitalize on his father's success. He made money off of it. He conducted market research, assembled his content team, managed his social media accounts, and turned all the excitement into profitable ventures. He wasn't holding off on becoming a professional to earn money. He was already moving like a pro, therefore he was getting paid. $6 million before to a single snap. Just vision, leverage, and a plan that no one else had the courage to follow. No blueprint, no pattern, as well as the funds. That was only the start.
I don't think he's John Elway. I don't think he's Peyton Manning or even Eli. But I think he's the best quarterback they have, and it'll just take him time. And I think he's a good kid. By and large, good kid.
Shedeur Sanders has the best-selling rookie jersey in the nation despite having no preseason snaps and no definite roster place. Give that time to settle. Fans had already unveiled his jersey before higher-drafted quarterbacks like Dylan Gabriel or returning players like Kenny Pickett. Even before the Browns had formally assigned him to their quarterback room, Shedeur created the hype, while others waited for marketing teams to do so. It wasn't a clerical mishap. The launch was strategic. Fans and the NFL were aware of what was about to happen. They observed the chatter, the followers, and the clicks. Shedeur changed culture in addition to products. Shedeur Sanders merchandise worth $250 million rushed off the shelves in a matter of days. Additionally, Shedeur negotiated a huge cut, a clean $15 million right into his account, while rookies typically receive crumbs from jersey sales.
Expectations have changed because a lot of what we're hearing from Cleveland has changed again.
Here's the twist. The Browns were losing the support of their supporters. They were supporting Shedeur, Dolphins and Raider supporters. Even non-football fans were wearing his shirt. It was more than sportswear. It was a declaration. "I'm not a football guy," remarked one fan. For Shedeur, I am here, that's not marketing. That's motion. Shedeur had already made history, while draft gurus were still arguing over whether he would make the final team. He was already in control of the situation before the league had even mic'd him up. Shedeur Sanders is more than simply a quarterback. He is a one-man media powerhouse. Shedeur already controls the narrative, while other rookies are pleading with media for interviews and hoping for an ESPN highlight. Instead than waiting for coverage, he produces everything from curated marketing content to original YouTube shows. This man is not riding the wave. He is constructing the ocean.
Different level of why he's so marketable is because he pulls up in these little regular spots and just be showing love.
Every contract he signed included stock. There were back-end points for each appearance. This has nothing to do with collecting checks. It was about creating a sense of ownership that one-time promotions were not part of his nil plan. Long-term investments in businesses and content platforms were part of it. Additionally, Shedeur owns his spotlight, whilst other players rent it for a season. Because of this, wearing his jersey is more than just supporting a player. They are representing a movement. I noticed something more profound, particularly among black enthusiasts. It had to do with identity, defiance, and representation. Support black business was more than simply a catchphrase. It was incorporated throughout each stitch of his jersey. It was best expressed by one fan. He's not on my team. He is my emblem. Consider that. Loyalty to a person rather than a franchise. And Shedeur remained unflinching. He built around it, leaned into it, and made money off of it. The majority of players want to become popular. Shedeur plans his trends and is compensated each time they occur. This was not celebrity. This was deliberate brand warfare. Shedeur Sanders torched the previous playbook as other rookies awaited media approval. Mel Kiper was not necessary for him to improve his draft grade. ESPN was not necessary for him to prove his abilities. Shedeur went directly to the people, creating a multimedia empire on his own terms, sharing his narrative unfiltered, and converting uninterested followers into devoted investors. The establishment was most afraid of that. He didn't stand in line. He created his own platform and extended an invitation to everyone to join. No fancy agents manipulating the situation. The headlines are no longer controlled by an antiquated PR squad. Straightforward strategy, content consistency, and revenue from deals on YouTube, Instagram, and Docuware. Shedeur turned storytelling into a weapon, and the outcome is a fan base that is engaged without the need for highlights. It's not only the scoreboard that follows him. He's only Deion's son, yet the sports media continue to repeat the same sluggish opinions. We'll see whether he even makes the squad. None of them comprehended the plan that Shedeur was carrying out. While they were still discussing combined numbers, he was changing culture and creating headlines without saying a word. He avoided the gatekeepers and didn't turn around. Additionally, it was already too late when the NFL understood what was going on. Shedeur was more than a tale. Stories came from him, and each time someone questioned him, that simply increases leverage and content. You missed the big picture if you believed Shedeur Sanders was merely signing contracts. Every brand drop, every video, and every jersey had a secret weapon, the primary equity provision. Shedeur's Gen Z approach elevates Deion's game-changing outlook. The athlete-brand connection was completely turned upside down by this clause. This went beyond simply putting his name on a product.
And it's that branding, bro, being a business, a walking business brand. He's a 5th-round pick, and he generated damn near well over $300 million already in merchandise sale.
He received back-end compensation after a Shedeur documentary series debuted. He had equity, not simply royalty, when a jersey fell. Every action he took resulted in a seat at the table. No one-time payments or set fees, just long-term value bargain up front, like a CEO, not a college student vying for attention. This was unique because of that. Shedeur wasn't trying to get attention. He was pursuing assets. Additionally, the prime equity clause provided a model for all athletes who would follow in his footsteps. Having first-class leverage does not require being a first-round choice. All you have to do is take responsibility for your audience, voice, and image. Shedeur had the receipts to verify that everything was free. The NFL believed they were selecting a quarterback for development, in reality. They acquired a walking business, a fifth-round pick with media ownership, franchise-level pull, and business skill beyond the scouts' wildest dreams.
It was good that I grown up, Little League and all that stuff under center, so it brings me back to Little League days.
They believed they were receiving a prospect. They received a partner without even realizing it. It's possible that the Cleveland Browns are sitting on a gold mine without even realizing it. Let's be clear about this. Shedeur Sanders was selected in the 5th round and ranked 4th on the depth chart. However, his jersey sold more than any NFL rookies. He already had a nationwide merchandise rollout, equity investments, and a fan base that didn't give a damn about the Browns, but he wasn't even assured a roster place. It's not a fortunate break. It's a wave of branding. Additionally, the Browns are behaving as like nothing has changed. Before the ink on his contract had dried, Shedeur was front and center on Fanatics while teams were hyping up higher draft prospects like Dylan Gabriel, whose jersey never even reached clearance shelves. Before it even set foot on a practice field, fans were clicking add to cart.
Treatment, just on the field, off the field, just making sure everything's right.
Taking care of everything to make sure your body's right.
Yeah.
That's actually, I didn't even think about that.
It's not just hype, either. It's loyalty, not just following. True devotion. The compassionate group tried to construct for decades. And before playing it down, Shedeur did it. This is the frightening part. The Browns will lose more than just a player if they don't wake up. They will lose the fans, the movement, and the influence of the media. Because logos are not followed by Shedeur's audience. They trade him tomorrow after they follow him. And that allegiance packs up and departs with him. This wave was not created by the Browns. They were merely fortunate enough to be close to it. They can now either ride it or be crushed by it. While NFL experts argued over footwork and arm strength, something much more significant was taking place. Nearly everyone also missed it.
Sheduer was my 20th player. He's a first-round caliber player. Like, talent-wise, both those guys, I think, have a huge advantage over Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett has to be light years better.
There was more to this than just a rookie quarterback. This concerned a fundamental change in the NFL's power dynamics. Shedeur Sanders brought more than simply highlight footage. He introduced a direct-to-fan business model, a media empire, and a roadmap that demonstrated how antiquated the league system actually is. He transformed each conventional obstacle into a stepping stone. Power of the media. He made his own. Advertising. He didn't hold out for team visuals. He started large-scale campaigns. Agreements. In equity, he baked. Additionally, he turned criticism into revenue-generating material. Every doubt turned into gasoline. Shedeur demonstrated that players no longer need to wait for an opportunity, gain respect, and then potentially gain leverage. Now, you develop first, make money second, and then wait for the lead to find you. Nobody anticipated that change.
Shedeur Sanders, he's going to have to earn that money. I think it's brilliant the way the NFL structures these contracts, especially rookie contracts.
Because Shedeur is no longer the only one that athletes are following his example and recognizing they don't need to follow NFL regulations in order to succeed. Additionally, the NFL is quickly catching up. What would happen if more players sign media deals rather than the combine? What will happen if equity takes the place of endorsements as the gold standard? The future is already here. Furthermore, Shedeur created it rather than merely predicting it. Despite not having thrown a single NFL pass, Shedeur Sanders has already completely changed the game. This went beyond nil transactions and ostentatious branding. Before they ever set foot on the field, the regulations needed to be rewritten in order to maintain control. Shedeur created his own platform and attracted the audience, while other rookies sought approval from scouts and executives. $6 million prior to his rookie contract got control over his reputation and equity in every action. Additionally, a media apparatus that produces a narrative rather than merely following it.
And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna look it up if that's some type of record. I personally feel that's a record when you look at the atmosphere of it. You look at where he got drafted. Shedeur seems to overcome every time, no matter how much blitz packages you throw at Shedeur. He's durable. He could take the hits. He doesn't have to be the fastest man on the field.
Yeah, you putting those people on contracts, so all that stuff add up.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
The more people that's around helping, and people don't help for free no more like that.
He developed the playbook rather than merely picking up tips from Deion Sanders. And now he's making the NFL adjust to him rather than the other way around. This is not just a football tale. It's a change in both business and culture. The kind of disturbance that reverberates across boardrooms, front offices, and locker rooms. Because everything about how we assess talent and value needs to alter if a fifth-round pick with no guaranteed snaps can produce greater value than the top 10 selections. Shedeur didn't hold off on joining a franchise. He created one for himself. The NFL believed they were drafting talent before they even realized what had happened. What they actually experienced was a movement that was already underway and was only getting